Hi, this is Rhea, and I'm with Michael Lantz. We're in Aventura, Florida, and we're going to be talking about blindness today. Hi, Michael.
Hi, good
How,
to hear from you.
nice to see you again.
Nice to see you
Are you
too.
keeping dry today?
I sure am.
Okay, so what do you want to tell us about blindness?
Well, what I can say is number one, blindness can be challenging and it can be a unique disability, but it's not the worst thing in the world. A lot of people think that being blind is the worst handicapped. It really isn't.
Okay.
I myself have had a good life as a blind person. I was blind from birth, and my parents wanted me, for the most part, to be as independent as possible.
That's great.
And for example, I had a pretty happy childhood for the most part. Sure, there have been setbacks. For example, when I was a kid, I wanted to do what everybody else did, but I couldn't because of the fact that I couldn't see and I didn't understand what was going on out there. My father encouraged me to be independent. For one thing, he would take me over to the park and I would roller skate and I would go running. He'd get on one end of the field and he would say, "Run to me, go straight." And he would tell me to keep on running and to follow his voice.
Wonderful.
And I rode a two-seater bike, a tandem bike. We had one for a while. And my parents wanted me to be as independent as possible so that when I get older, I can move out on my own.
Which you are now.
Yes, unfortunately, a lot of families that have blind children, they do not stress independence. And that's really bad because it makes the blind person very difficult to live with and very hard to get things done. And it can be hard even today being blind, but I think that with the technology that's out there, it's easier. The only big hurdle is the technology is quite expensive, and unfortunately, a lot of blind agencies do work with you as blind people, but they tend to hold people back. For example, I wanted to get into radio,
Mm-hmm.
and the blind agency was against me getting into radio. They thought I shouldn't really get into radio. It was not a good career for blind folks.
Okay.
But that's another story. And
And, and so today, Michael, what is your greatest hurdle in life?
I think the greatest hurdle is trying to deal with people. A lot of people either tend to ignore me or don't want to be around a blind person. They can't really cope and they don't know how to relate to me. Like, I will admit, when I go to a restaurant,
Yeah,
I want to be with people. I don't want to be by myself.
of course.
And a lot of people that work in restaurants don't seem to understand that. Or they say there were people to your right or to your left when there really aren't people there.
So, what do you think that we can do as sighted people to help you with this?
I think, number one, education is the biggest thing today, whether it be out in public, with the media, with anybody. As they say, take a blind person to lunch, you might meet a friend. You might make a friend. You may meet somebody.
That's great.
That's why I always tell people I want to be their friend and want to get to know them. We're just the same as you, except we can't see.
And is there anything else you want to add today?
Yes, I just want
Okay.
I just want to say that for the people that are listening, if you happen to be going blind, or if you have somebody in your family that's going blind, don't be scared. Try to get all the information and go to organizations. Just be yourselves and do what you can to help each other and to make each other happy. Remember, blindness is not a bad thing. You can live just as much of a normal life as you can if you can't see, and if you can see. You may do things differently. We may have to compensate, but we're just the same as you. Thank you.
And thank you, Michael. So that's it for today. And thank you, everybody out there. And please leave us your comments. Okay, God bless. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.